Today we have a question from London. The questioner, Nija Friends, wants to know, a site using Google Analytics and other Google tracking codes do sometimes experience sites loading slower. Since Google is keen on site speed, how are you helping webmasters on this front? Great question. So first off, let me just remind people that Google announced this year that we do use site speed in our rankings, but it's not a huge factor. So maybe 1 out of 100 queries, which would correspond to 1 out of 1,000 sites, might be affected. So it's not the case that, if your site loads just a few seconds slower than, other sites, that you're instantly going to have to worry about your rankings. That said, it is good if you can make your site faster because users respond to that and they tend to browse around a lot more. So one thing that Google has done in the last year or so is, I think actually late last year, we introduced asynchronous Google Analytics. So that's JavaScript that basically doesn't cause things to serialize, doesn't cause things to hold up while it's loading that. And in general, we don't want to be on the critical path for anybody. Our mission is definitely to make the web faster. We offer everything from Google Chrome, which is very fast, to Google Public DNS, which also does DNS lookups very fast. So we want the web to be fast. So things like asynchronous Google Analytics lets pages start to load and start to execute without having to wait on that Google Analytics. In general, I think most Google teams who offer some snippet of JavaScript are definitely looking very closely at offering things like asynchronous abilities to load so that people don't end up waiting. So I think that's the sort of future that you can expect. In general, if you can make your site faster, that's fantastic, but it's not the sort of thing where you really have to worry about, there's this one bit of JavaScript that I have to include from someone else and it's not fast enough. That's typically not going to be an issue in terms of Google search rankings.